The Pickup Wife. Author Kim Long. People often say that love begins with roses, vows, and romantic glances. But in that year of horrific famine, when entire northern villages of Vietnam were drowning in the smell of corpses and the silent cries of the dying, there was a strange kind of love story, one that began not with flowers or gifts, but with 2 bowls of plain rice cake and a half-joking question. The story takes place in a small, impoverished neighborhood on the outskirts of a northern town. This was not just a poor village, it was a slum inhabited by migrant workers, the landless, the jobless, those living hand to mouth. In that neighborhood lived a man named Trang. He works as an ox cart driver for hire. Easygoing, kind, lives with his mother, old lady too, in a dilapidated hut. One day, Trang went into town to haul goods. There, amid the dusty, crowded streets full of the starving and desperate, he met a woman, skinny, ragged, eyes hollow with hunger. Out of kindness, he bought her 2 bowls of ban duc, plain rice cake. And in a moment of half-serious humor, he said,
"Hey, just kidding. But if you want, why don't you come live with me?"
He said it lightly, not expecting anything. But to his shock, the woman looked at him. She didn't laugh, and quietly replied,
"Really? All right then."
Just like that, a joke became destiny. The next day, the woman followed him home, carrying a shabby bundle of belongings. They were strangers, a poor laborer and a woman, pushed to the edge by hunger and despair. But together, they walked back to his tiny shack, like 2 shadows clinging together for warmth. The neighbors were shocked. They whispered and gossiped. Some mocked, some shook their heads. In a time when people couldn't even feed themselves, Trang had brought home a wife, a nameless, homeless woman. Taking in a wife during a famine, he must have lost his mind. But Trang didn't care. He felt happy. For the first time in a long while, his heart stirred with something warm. The presence of the woman, though quiet, seemed to breathe new life into his home. The shack, once messy and lifeless, was now tidy. The floor was swept. The cooking pot was rinsed. The mats were straightened. Trang looked at her, this strange woman, and felt a sense of pride and responsibility. He wasn't just a poor man anymore. He had a wife. He had a family. That afternoon, when Trang brought his new wife home, Mrs. Tu, Trang's mother, was startled. She was startled to see a strange woman standing at the door. Confused at first, she quickly understood. In her aged eyes appeared a mix of surprise, worry, sadness, and deep compassion. But she didn't scold her son. She said nothing cruel or bitter. Instead, she sighed, her voice soft as dust.
Well, no one stays poor forever, my son. Maybe heaven will bless you both.
That night, under the dim glow of oil lamp, the three of them sat together. No wedding feast, no ceremony. Just a simple meal, a watery pot of porridge, a few pickled vegetables. Yet, strangely, they laughed more than ever before. Because even in the middle of poverty, they had each other. The next morning, the sky was still gray, but in Trang's heart, there was light. As he stepped out of the house, everything seemed different. There is something familiar and warm that makes him feel more optimistic. He thought of the future of survival, of work, of maybe a child. He recalled what his mother said the night before. Stories about the revolutionaries. How the Viet Minh were breaking open the Japanese rice stockpiles. Trang imagined a sea of people rising up. Red flags fluttering in the wind. And so the story ends, not with tragedy, but with a glimpse of hope. A flicker of resistance in the darkest of times. Reflection. The story of the picked-up wife is sad but beautiful love song, where hunger does not destroy humanity, where love and hope still burn in the hearts of miserable people. Trang, the man who picked up a wife, is not a fool, but a man who dares to love, to share, to live in the midst of a storm of death. The picked-up wife, nameless, ageless, is the warmth of human love, a testament to the strong vitality of Vietnamese women. And Mrs. Tu, the old mother, is the one who keeps the flame of faith, silently lighting up the small house with tolerance.